Welcome to Open Arms, an honest conversation about firearms. Hey everyone, does race determine what your political views are? Or where you stand on the amendments like the first and second? Now we did talk about on our last show about age. Now we're talking about some other topics as well to see, does it make a difference? Now I always thought it did, but since this election, Nikki, what have we found out?
Everybody loves Trump. That's what we found out, right?
That is true. That is true. It doesn't matter age, race. It doesn't matter anything. I think people are finally waking up. They're doing their research. They're getting educated, and they're voting for what they feel is going to be right for themselves and our country. Which brings me to my guest today. I have a guest today that has a lot to say about that. And here we have Coco, the Trump Girl, on my show. Welcome to the show, Coco.
Hello, hello. Yeah, I'm excited for this. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, have you always been a Republican, always been on that side of the fence, or is it something new for you?
No, it's not anything new for me. Being African American, let's just go ahead and do some clean the house right there. I am African American. My mama's black. My daddy's black. I went to an HBCU. I can even tell you what my ancestry is and point you to where the plantation where my family got started
Really?
from in Louisiana. I've done all that homework. I could tell you all of that. Now, as far as that goes, back in college, I always felt this way.
You did?
I just couldn't voice that opinion because being African American, you're immediately indoctrinated into being Democrat.
Correct.
Let's sign you up for the Democrat Party.
yeah.
We're doing this, doing that. Let's get that welfare. EBT, da-da-da. This is rather indoctrinated for this. And if you have a different way of thinking, you are ostracized, you are made fun of, people laugh at you, you get shunned.
Of course.
You get called nice little names like Oreo. I used to get called a black person with a white person's attitude.
Oh my God.
And I'm thinking, and I would always think, okay, but what I believe in is how come that doesn't make sense to you? Let's get married before you have children.
Exactly.
These things. Why do we always have to go to welfare all the time? I was in Louisiana. I met plenty of families that had 11, 13 kids. And the mama would tell you she ain't never got a free can of milk from the government. They found a way to make it.
There you go.
But nowadays, as soon as you don't use protection, you have just sex for sport. As soon as you get pregnant, what do? You run out to the EBT system. You go and get that WIC. And then you just sit around and wait on that. And that creates sadly, a systemic cycle that keeps happening with a lot of families.
Yeah. Now let me ask this. Was it tough on you, being that your beliefs were what you were believing back in the days?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was very tough. It came to the point where I normally never voiced my opinion. For me to voice my opinion right now, it's almost liberating.
Right.
Because even back when Trump got in the first time around, back then you had people that didn't respect your opinion. They would laugh at you and try to make you feel bad for the way that you felt. And I just said, look, I'm not going to go run around and toot my horn about it, but I'm going to be
Toot toot.
I'm going to be a part of the silent majority.
There you go. And Nikki and I found this out too. Let's go back. When we were in the COVID, the first round of COVID, Nikki and I felt like we were alone. No one believed in what we believed in. And we did, right, Nikki? Didn't we feel like we were...
I'm sure everyone felt very isolated.
And it was hard for us to even express our opinions sometimes to other people because we didn't know which way they were going to go. They're going to, be mad at us and yell at us or call us names or stuff like that. But as that passed and as we got into this new election cycle, more and more people started expressing their views and their opinions of what they really feel. And man, I tell you, we met more people like yourself that are coming aboard and saying, this is the way I feel. This is what I believe in. This is how I'm going to vote.
I actually think the people were always there.
You're true. You're right. They were.
Like me.
But they were just tight-lipped. They would not express who they were and what they believed in.
But look at the electoral map now. We're the majority.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's still folks that are still trying to make they're still trying to keep that cloak on and to
yeah.
try to make you feel bad.
Yeah.
But now you have such a backing and support
true.
system that you can actually counter that. I remember the first time I saw Larry Elder's book back in 97, 98. I was in Kansas City, Missouri, working in Big Pharma at the time. And everything he said on his book, I was thinking, I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. But I was scared to buy the book because I was scared that someone would see me buy this book and maybe follow me to my car. You know, maybe I get it from mail order back when Amazon was in its infancy. It clicked to my house under Cloak and Dagger. But now it's just such a better feeling that you can come out and say, yeah, I am this supporter. And there's a lot of hugs and kisses and just camaraderie right now.
Yeah, I do agree on that. Now, the Second Amendment, when you were growing up, did you believe in it? Did you support it? Is it something you stood behind? And did you get a lot of flack from that?
Well, one, I'm an Army brat.
Okay.
Two, I lived in Louisiana. What's that the saying? Not the Golden State, but Sportsman's Paradise. It's written on all the license plates. I grew up with folks that had guns in their cars, guns in their houses. There were bumper stickers. My wife, yes. My dog, maybe. My gun, never. This is on someone's car, So
I'm getting that. Hey, I'm getting that bumper sticker.
Sure you are. People went hunting all the time. This is how I grew up with. In the right to carry, we had that concealed weapon.
Awesome.
Every state has it a little differently.
Yeah, exactly.
I grew up that way, so
Okay.
I thoroughly and totally believe in it with gun safety, with maybe some lessons.
Absolutely.
Official lessons besides, grandpa.
That's what Open Arms is all about. That's what we do on our television show and a lot of our podcasts. We stress the fact of gun safety. And we do run gun safety classes out of here, too, as well. I have a private range where we take them out for live fire and everything like that. We want to keep America safe. If they're going to purchase a firearm, do it the right way. Be safe about it. Get trained. Get lessons, and we're all good.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now going back, did people actually anti-gun back there, too, and they were on your case about it, or is it all Louisiana just like...
Louisiana is a gun.
Good.
It's a gun place. Same thing with Texas. It's a gun.
Nice.
Some of the things that I even hear out here, and especially way up on the East Coast, I'm like, what? Really? Ooh.
Yeah.
I remember there was a gun case back in the 80s where a Japanese student, exchange student, walked up to a house and knocked on the door, and it turned out to be the wrong house. He was supposed to go to a party, but he walked up to the house, and the person inside the house just clucked and shot him.
Was that on the news? I remember that story.
Long time ago.
I do
remember
remember
that story.
Yeah, I remember that too, actually.
But I mean, here I think there would have been a lot more retribution with that. Back there, you walk on someone's property and they don't know who you are.
There you go.
Am I saying that's correct? How that person reacted? No, but that's just how fluid the gun laws are there. You walk on my property and I don't know who you are. Yeah, we'll investigate, but nothing more came of the situation.
Exactly. Wow. Yeah, that's scary sometimes. But anyways, it's good to hear that. Of course, that you're supporting the Second Amendment as well, and the First Amendment, all that good stuff like that. And you're on our team. I love hearing that as well. And again, I noticed you brought something here with you. What are those?
I'm excited for these.
What I have here are Trump, what I was selling throughout the whole election cycle.
These are cool. Awesome.
Nothing's better than the Kamala be gone. Just
I would love
go
to spritz,
away.
we have a couple more weeks.
Go away.
I love it.
Anytime someone has that F around and find out attitude or calls you a MAGA extremist, Trumper, weirdo, bigot, immigrant haters, simply stand back and spray them.
These are great. These are awesome. I love them. And they also come with this nice straw here, as you can see.
Yeah, a
This-
metal straw,
this-
a hooked metal straw
these are-
with
these are
a
nice.
cleaner.
These are actually very, very well constructed too.
And you make these yourself, and you do custom orders as well?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I can put family members. I've done a few of those, wedding occasions, engagements,
Oh, wow.
graduation. I'm always happy to work with people.
And where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram. My name is Coco Trump Girl on Instagram. Or for these, you could go to Election Day 24, DM me or send me a message. I'm happy to work with anybody.
Beautiful.
And I'm going to leave all your links and everything in the description box below. So if you want your cool the tumblers with Trump's face on it.
Yeah, these are great. These are awesome.
If you have another design of Trump, definitely you can send it to me. I could put it on there also.
No, you're on
Beautiful.
TikTok?
Oh, yes.
No, do you sell these on TikTok?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I do sell these on TikTok.
I'm pretty big on TikTok myself.
Oh
Well,
my
no.
gosh, it's
Yeah.
so
I have-
addictive.
It's so addicting. I was thinking maybe after the show we can film a TikTok with these and I'll
Oh,
post it
yeah.
on my page.
That'd be great.
appreciate
That'd be fun.
fantastic.
And you have a link so people can shop my video on these?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
that'll be fun.
Now, something that I do want to say
Sure.
is that, which I think is very important. I know you and I, are the whole family here, were at the MAGA party.
Yes.
There was a gentleman there that spoke about the Hispanic vote, which was all important. I also would just like to say a little bit about the black vote, because black men showed up to show out and to vote for Trump, as well as the Muslim vote.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about the woke. I think they're not woke. They're tired.
Mm-hmm.
I just think folks just finally got tired of everything. If you think back before George Floyd, what was happening? The Me Too movement. Everybody was suddenly now claiming abuse and rape out of the sky. Everybody's been abused. Everybody's raped. The Pound Me Too movement. Then you had George Floyd with BLM. You had the riots.
Yep.
Then you had COVID-19. Then you started, it was just a snowball effect,
Yeah.
this transgenderism, all this weirdness and craziness. It was just like one thing, how far can we push this envelope? How far
Yes.
can we push this envelope? And one of the most insulting things for me was Kamala Harris trying to run on as a black female.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I kind of started with the way I did. I just found that so insulting. I found it very, very insulting.
I could see that. Yeah.
If she wants to say what she is, fine, stand on it.
Mm-hmm.
Black female was not it. Even Candace Owens had proven that to the nth degree, that she has absolutely no kind of African American ancestry anywhere in her hair.
Yeah.
Anywhere. And I just found it insulting for myself, being African American, basically almost the same things that she kept telling everybody.
Yeah.
She went to an HBCU. Yes, I went to Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. My mama's black, my daddy's black. Her mother is Indian. Her father, I think Candace actually believes the gentleman, even though he's still alive, is more Indian than he is Jamaican. He's just Jamaican by being born in Jamaica.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that he's really entrenched in the Jamaican culture. So he's kind of still out with that particular type of heritage. But I just thought it was real insulting.
I agree. I agree.
Oh, we missed out on the fact that she worked at McDonald's. And I love the fact that backfired.
Yeah.
God, did that backfire. And Trump in his garbage truck. Oh, do you like my garbage truck to the press?
I'm gonna say this. Her group of folks, her campaign people, now they're all coming out saying, this is why we lost, this is this, that is that. And it's like, wait a minute, we were telling you this beforehand, this wasn't going to work, but they still kept pushing this
Yeah.
drama and silliness to the nth degree. And again, I just think people got
Oh.
sucked up in it.
I mean, she was trying to snow everybody. Where did she get all the accents? You know what I mean? Where'd that all come from? Every day she had a different accent. So
That's insulting too.
I know it.
And it's insulting that she was just ripping off all Trump stuff.
I honestly believe, and I will stand on this. Granted, she had like 90 days, 3 months to pull something together. She was given every opportunity to put her best foot forward and make up a platform.
And she had the media on her side. That's huge.
She had $12 billion on her side. So you could not hire enough professional people besides the dimwits that are now trying to cover their butt on why they did such a dismal job.
I know it. It made more people jump the fence too. I'll tell you that right now. Now, and not only that, the Amish actually voted this time. The Amish don't even
I
have
forgot to
electricity.
mention them.
They had Trump signs on their buggies and stuff like that. They were
Their horses.
Yeah, exactly. They're like they weren't even fed up. I mean, come on. Now they all, you know how they live. So it was a botched campaign.
It was so botched. And I'm just wondering who came up with this stuff. Who
I don't
said
know.
this
They
is
thought
a
because
good
it was-
way to go?
Right. They just thought the race and the gender card was going to win this time.
Yeah, they were banking on it, but it failed big time.
I'm happy it failed. Black women still have a ways to go because you even still have black women right now that are still Kamala. Kamala.
I know it.
I'm like, I love that. That's
But-
so funny. But it's not. They're thinking, oh, we need a woman president. What do we need a woman president for?
Well,
we need someone qualified. It doesn't matter.
It's qualified. It
We
doesn't.
don't need anything.
I don't care, man, woman, black,
purple.
Hispanic. I don't care. Qualification. Who's going to make our country the best? Who's going to stand up for us? Who's going to protect us?
Who's
You
going to
know?
protect us? We got 2-3 wars getting ready to happen. You had all this craziness happening, and even now with some of the social things that are happening that really need to be squashed down
That's true.
a bit.
That is
Because
true.
I think one of the biggest things that I think is going to be one of the biggest dangers is transgenderism.
Yeah.
Because with that, more or less, you're taking away the foundation of what everybody is built on. I'm not beyond saying there aren't a few people that might be a little bit unsure of themselves.
Yeah.
Because I remember Tula. Tula was a transgender woman from back in the 70s and 80s. She's now going by her real name, something Kofi. But back then it was, okay, it's like a 3-year process to make sure this is what you really want and before we start removing things and
Yeah.
rearranging stuff. Right now, all you have to do is say, hey, I feel like a frog. Okay, let's put some slime on you. It doesn't take enough it doesn't take enough vetting to figure out what these young people are and what they're doing. Everybody feels weird in their adolescent years, but then just to run off and say, yeah, this is it, go this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then make the government pay for it.
And then, yeah, what? If you want to go ahead and do this, you pay for it yourself. I mean, you got to have some skin in the game in this.
I
I think this would make a lot of people think twice about what they're doing. You know, you go ahead and color your hair blue and purple. Yeah, that's, $10 at the store. Now it's going to cost you $50,000 to go ahead and start moving some body parts
Yeah.
around. You might think twice about it or learn something along that journey to figure out what's happening with you. And I'm just not understanding what's happening with. I've actually figured out what's happening with that. I really do.
Okay.
My thing is this. I just got through watching the movie Twilight,
Okay.
the whole series with the vampires and stuff. And when it first came out, I refused to watch it, but I remember everybody at work was just all into Bella, Edward, Jake, la la la. There's nothing like that happening right now. Think about all the movies that are coming out. None of them are teenage angst movies, just regular teenage angst movies, romance, just regular romance. It's all something, even with Star Wars, it always has to have something political in it. Everything has a
Yeah.
political statement in it. So there's nothing for these young kids to get sucked up into and to think of something outside themselves.
Gotcha.
That's kind of what I'm thinking with this is that they're just so stuck on this is it, you know, my pronouns,
yeah,
my pronouns.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, not if Edward loves me, but my pronouns, my pronouns. Where right now we're producing a group of folks that are not going to know how to add, subtract, multiply.
I know.
And divide. They're going to they're going to tell you how they like to have sex. They're going to,
Exactly. I agree. I
mean,
agree
and,
with you there.
you know, and
That's that's one of our big things too on the Open Arms Project. We stress on family values.
exactly.
Family values, I think, is so important for kids these days because I think we're losing that, and we're just letting our kids just be taught by the school system,
Social media.
exact social media, and we got to spend more time with our kids. We got to be more part of their lives. You know, that makes a big difference. It really does. You know, and here's another thing. Why did they remove the Pledge of Allegiance from our schools? Why did they remove stuff like that? You know, that when I grew up in school,
I pledge allegiance
first
to
thing
the
we
flag.
did, we pledged allegiance to the flag. You know, and we started our day, and God was always part of, our school too. You know, talked about it and things like that, but all that's just thrown away. It's just a different world.
Well, reading, writing, and arithmetic has also been thrown away.
Thrown away.
If I have some weirdo teacher with all this fruit-colored hair
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all these different colored flags in, I'm wondering, what are you teaching my kid?
Yeah.
I want you to teach my kid calculus. I don't want you, your ideologies is not what I bring my kid here for. I want you to teach ideology of arithmetic. How about that? You know, algebra, language arts, maybe even a different language. Do that. All this other mess, that's not what you're being paid to do.
So here's a story for you. I have a daughter, but we weren't never together, the mother and myself. So I had very little time with her. But when she was in grade school, I was told to go to the open house because it's just something's not right with what's going on. So I was very clueless. I sat down and started hearing all these parents complaining to the teacher, "What are you teaching our kids? What's going on? What did you teach our kids today?" She says, "Oh, well, we got a watermelon and we cut it up and we all had pieces of it and we talked about it." Like, okay,
Watermelon?
yeah, like, but what? Where's the English? Where's the math? Where's the history? Where's this? It's like they're just not teaching it. The curriculum is weird. It's bizarre, and that's the first time I really noticed that things are definitely different in our school systems. So, I mean, something's got to change,
Something definitely has to change. I think a lot more parents or just people maybe need to get more into the schools to see what's
yes.
being taught.
Parents have to participate more in the schools. You're right about that. Attend the PTA meetings. Go there. Talk to the teachers. What is my kid learning? What are we doing? Oh, another thing is too, this is what I've been hearing from a lot of parents. They send them home with hours and hours of homework. Okay, well, why aren't they doing this in class for 6 to 8 hours a day? Instead, it doesn't seem like they're doing much, and then they get all this stuff thrown on their lap to go home and do all this massive homework. This is what I've been just hearing. I mean, whether it's true all over the place or not, I'm not sure, but not good.
Not like how it used to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nikki, when you went to school, did you get a lot of homework sent home?
I remember getting, especially in high school, lots of homework.
I mean, a lot. Like, let me ask you this then: your class day, were you learning a lot and then going home, or learning a little and then have to do a lot of homework?
I don't know, too long ago.
Come on now.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, I didn't know. I mean, again, yeah, different generation, but
But I can tell you right now, we weren't learning any woke stuff.
No.
We were doing work.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So.
Times have changed.
I totally agree with Trump with this. If you want to teach this type of ideology, you won't get any fundage
Yeah,
for it. I
agree.
totally agree with this.
I agree too.
I remember a long time where people didn't have enough books for classes, but suddenly now you got all kind of crazy books with all kind of crazy suggestive things. You got enough of them to pass around to 50 kids,
Yeah.
but a regular language arts book, a math book, you don't suddenly you don't have all this. Come on, I mean, people's priorities have just really gone out the window here.
Oh, I know it. Let me ask you this: do you ever think about running for any type of office?
That has crossed my mind a lot of times. I'm somewhat interested in doing it.
I think you'd be very well at that.
You're very well spoken.
Yes, very well spoken. No, really, there's something about you. You glow. You're very well spoken. You know what you're talking about. You sound intelligent. I think that's a good
Thank
possibility
you.
for you.
Thank you, both of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think you should definitely give it a shot. Start somewhere. Just
The PTA.
there you go. All right. Absolutely. Well, that's good. Now you're also the area you live in right now. Do you feel it more conservative, or more? What do you feel your area you're living in right now?
I live right smack dab in the middle of conservative side of the 405 and the liberal Hollywood side of 405.
Gotcha.
So there's like that mix in between there. Now, would I go running around with a Trump flag? No.
I would. I do. I do.
She does.
And going down Ventura Boulevard.
Yeah, she's.
If I'm with a bunch of other people, I don't mind doing it because when they
I must be nuts then.
No. I mean, for me, it's a comfort level because it's like a lot of trauma from, being yelled at, spit at, as a kid for having these. So I'm still kind of a little traumatized with that. But now back when we were doing the Trump rallies or at Beverly Hills, that little area there.
Oh, yeah.
I was there for both
Oh.
this time and the last time.
Great.
Do you know Shiva?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
she was on our show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I enjoyed it because I had like a bunch of comrades around me.
Awesome.
I was out there because normally folks, when they see a black person, it's like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Why am I not here? I mean, what difference?
What does it matter?
Yeah, what does it really matter here?
Yeah.
And, so a lot of times I was the representative of all black folks being Republican, which I don't want to be the full representative, but I will speak my mind in how things work out.
Of course, and you contacted us. You wanted to voice your opinion on our show, which is awesome.
I love that. That's why we're like so excited.
That's what we like to hear.
And it was what a cool thing. You were at the MAGA party.
I know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we were there. That
I was
fun.
there.
Yeah, it was a good time. Really good time. Well, good deal. I mean, I do think you should dabble in it, maybe, possibly. If you do, let us know. We would help, support, for
Absolutely.
Well, thank you.
sure. Yeah. And thank you for the gifts. I really do appreciate
I
that.
know. I'm excited. I want to film a TikTok with you if you have time.
We got. You got to check these out, and you should definitely look at the website and order your personal ones or whatever you want on.
I like
on
the
it.
Kamala Be Gone. Spray
I
that.
love
Let me
these.
see
I
it.
love these.
There you go. Kamala Be Gone. We have what? 3 more weeks? Kamala Be Gone.
Oh yeah.
She's gone now.
Do we even have a president right now?
And
Who's running?
And
No.
you're going to the inauguration, aren't you?
Ooh, I'm jealous.
And this is my second time.
Really?
You saw
I-
Trump?
Wow.
I was at the first one.
Wow. Now, what is it like there?
Awesome,
Like, can you
awesome.
see, or do you have to get there super early to get up close? Or
I
like-
will tell you this much. If you're planning to go to the inauguration, definitely look at the rules for the inauguration. One of the things I do remember is like no strollers. Okay, you have to look at this is the East Coast. At this time, the temperature is going to be probably no higher than 50 degrees,
Oh, yeah,
if not
true.
lower. When first time Obama was in office, I think it was like close to 10 to 20.
Ah.
It was really nail-biting weather. So why would you bring a kid out there?
Yeah, that's true.
So definitely there is, please look at what the White House says, what are the do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
DC is completely shut down. You can only get in or out by the train system there, and they have a fabulous train system on the East Coast. And you will see every type of uniform person there. I saw Border Patrol, Coast Guard, the Navy. Everybody goes out. You will see snipers on the buildings.
Yeah.
And at my time, they were jamming cell phones.
Oh, really? Wow. Huh.
Well,
Yeah, I can see that.
there are so many things happening at that one time.
Yeah.
Because I do know that there are going to be a couple of marches happening. Like one time there was the March for Women, March for Science, and I believe there's a march there happening too. Of course, there's Antifa was hot and bothered at that time too.
That's true. Now, can you actually you can see the president live? Or
No.
You're
There was about 4 jumbotron, jumbo
Okay, okay.
So that's what I was asking. So is
Yeah.
it kind of like first come, first serve, and you're standing room only kind of deal? And there's just monitors everywhere.
Okay, what happens is this. From the Capitol building to 7th Street, all that is enclosed, monitored, locked, stock, and barreled, shut off. You have to have a ticket to get in there. You
Gotcha.
get the ticket from your congressman. Tickets are free because this is this is presidential inauguration.
Yeah.
What some people do is that they get the tickets and they put them up on eBay and sell them for $200 and $300.
Oh, wow.
But technically, you're supposed to call. My congressman is Brad Sherman, so I'm waiting to see if what's happening with that. There might be a lottery. They figure it out. Once you get a ticket, or if you know somebody in the Republican the Republican real high up, and they can give out tickets because they're giving so many tickets.
Okay.
And it looks just like an invitation.
Mm-hmm.
So once you pass the barriers, they check you in and out. They go through you and they check you to make sure you don't have anything crazy. You can get in between the Capitol building and 7th Street. There were 2 big giant jumbotrons on both sides of the Capitol.
Okay.
Now, from 7th Street on back to the mall, the Washington Monument and all that back there, that's all free. First come, first serve, wherever you want to go.
And that's just you can watch on the monitor.
Right. From there, they had 4 jumbotrons, seriously humongous jumbotrons. And there was an audio lag.
Oh, okay.
Which-
I got you. Yeah.
So that's how you watch through everything. I just remember we would watch the jumbotron as people were walking in. Hey, that's it. Yeah, so, and while that's happening at possibly the Lincoln Memorial or the Jefferson Memorial, they may have some things happening around there. In other parts of DC, there's other things happening. There's no way, you have to make a decision. Do you want to see the inauguration, or do you want to go see this over here? Because there's just no way that you can run from one to the other.
I can see that.
It's just you have all these people, you have crowd control happening. There's certain streets you cannot walk through, because even with the tunnel system, there's certain stops that are shut down.
Gotcha. Well, Chippy, what do you think about that, huh?
That sounds fun. Even though you won't be able to see him, I think just being there with the energy.
Yeah, of
and
course.
It's like it's just a monumental
That-
moment.
You'll see him on TV. You'll see him
Yeah.
on the
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
jumbotrons.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
just no way I have those sharp eyes to see him that
Well,
close.
that sounds like a good time, I tell you. Well, Coco, I really do appreciate you coming on the show.
Coco Trump Girl, right?
Coco Trump Girl.
Woo!
I do appreciate the gifts, of course.
Oh, I'm so excited for those.
I loved everything you had to say. It was a very good conversation.
And I'm excited for JD Vance.
Oh,
Yeah. There you go.
I
Trump
didn't
knew
know,
what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
even when he picked him, I didn't know who he was from a hole in the wall, but just to hear him talk and everything, and to see his beautiful wife, a real Indian woman.
Yeah, how about that?
Not a fraud, right?
Yeah.
not a fraud,
No.
and who's beautiful with just no makeup on,
Yeah.
or just very minimal.
Yeah.
Natural beauty.
Natural beauty, clean beauty makeup. She looks gorgeous.
Awesome.
So if Melania wants to stay at home, which that's kind of being hinted that she might just stay in Mar-a-Lago, bring Usha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, let her do the thing.
There
I'm
you go.
excited for her.
Well, good. We're going to make sure that people know where to get these. It'll be all listed on the description, correct, Nikki?
Yes, everything will be on the description box below. So get yourself a Trump voting for a convicted felon 2024 mug tumbler.
There you
Kamala be gone. Those will make great gifts. I love that.
go. Awesome. Well, Coco, Trump Girl, thank you again for coming on the show. I do appreciate it. You are the best. Great conversation. I love hearing.
That was a great show.
It was
so much
fantastic.
fun.
Thank you very much again. Nikki, where can they find us?
Well, you can find Open Arms on openarms.tv and on TikTok, Open Arms TV. I will leave everything in the description box below. And make sure you get yourself a cool Trump tumbler. And again, all Coco's information will be listed below as well. This was a fun one.
Absolutely.
I love this.
Thank you again. It was a great show. And always remember, safety, family, and the Second Amendment. Have a good day.